Welcome to the Phlip Side episode 24. I'm here with my friend Katey, the legend Reads. Katey, welcome to the Phlip Side.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for having me.
You weren't aware that the legend was your new middle name?
No, I wasn't aware of that. I kind of sound like that wrestler, Seth freaking Rollins. I like
Oh,
the little add-on that you did there.
Katey freaking Reads actually has a good ring to it, man. Katey
Yeah, I
freaking
know, right?
Reads, yeah.
I know, right?
I was like, she might take this and run. No, I have a friend of mine that's friends with Seth Rollins, so a friend
No
of mine
way.
is friends with him, so I guess it kind of makes me cool. I don't know.
Wow. Are you gonna get red boots too, like him? Do the
Nah,
whole boot thing?
I don't got that kind of money. I ain't making Katie freaking Reads money yet. Just
Oh, ooh
wait.
la la. Well, when I get red boots, you know I made it, all right?
That's it. Everybody, just watch out. Every time you see Katie, look at her feet. If there's red boots on them, that's it.
I made it, you guys.
She's it. Tell the people, guess who you are if they don't know.
Yeah, so my name's Katey. I run Katey Reads on YouTube, Instagram, all the social media things. I resell used books, primarily ephemera and things like that, mostly paper products. And I do that on eBay and Etsy and whatnot. Whatnot is coming really strong into like my second most popular platform, I would say.
Okay.
And I'm dabbling a little bit on a newer platform exclusively for books called Pango Books.
Oh,
So,
never even heard of
yep,
that one.
yep, they're pretty brand new. And so I've made a couple YouTube videos about them and just kind of trying it out, see how it goes. It's exclusively media mail, and you can only list books and like, DVDs, qualifying media mail stuff. So yeah, so giving them a shot, and I talk about it on my channel, and I run a free book pickup service in my local area to help keep books out of landfills. So I talk about that a lot on the channel and kind of take you guys along with me when I do pickups and thrifting.
Seems like you do a lot. You
I
should settle
do.
down. You should just do.
I'm only getting started, Paul. Look out.
So this is Katie freaking Reads you're talking to, man. What do you think this
Hello.
is?
Hello. You already set the bar, so I mean I gotta come out swinging.
So I had Mellow in my house for like 10 days. So all I
Yes.
heard was books, 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 books. But the
Yes.
way she says books. She says books pretty funny.
Oh,
But
books. Books.
books.
Books. I love her accent. It's so
Yeah,
cute. So cute.
I've learned so much different words from her than like I'm like do you know what an esky is, by the way? It's the newest one I learned from her.
I do not. And I'm curious what she called the toilet.
Did you call it toilet? I think
Oh,
she didn't
the
call it anything else.
toilet. I
Yeah.
I I've heard some people in Australia call it the loo or something like that.
I,
Like
I
something
think
loo.
that's like more British. British call it the loo.
Oh,
Yeah, she call it
oh.
the toilet. An esky is a cooler that you carry with.
Esky. Where does
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
come from?
Maybe Eskimo. Eskimos get cold. Cooler.
Oh,
Igloo.
or maybe it's like a brand, like how we call facial tissues Kleenex. Everything's
Maybe,
Kleenex.
yeah. Yeah,
Maybe.
because she was like, this guy's walking around here with an esky. I'm like, what is he walking
Come again?
she was referring to Rod picking and punching. He had had a cooler at FlipCon. He was giving out beers from his
Oh,
cooler. He
classic.
was like, "Did you see this
Classic.
guy with an esky?" I'm like, the what?
The what?
I'm
No,
like,
I didn't, because I don't know what you're saying though.
oh, okay, yeah, you can have like sounds like way worse when you just hear like, oh, like, whoa, esky. Sounds like he's doing something bad.
It sounds like an exotic something. I don't know.
Yeah. So did you see her videos and now you said books, or have you been books way before Mel was even around?
So when I first got into books, I found Rake and Profit, right? He's one of the OG
Yeah.
big resellers. That him and Reezy had tons of content. And then runner up to that was WBK, Walter Blake Noblock. And I found him because he was in Michigan and I'm in Michigan. So I thought that was kind of cool. He's able to source in my state. So that really got my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I was strictly FBA for a while. It wasn't until mid 2019 that I started dabbling with eBay, because that's when I started my free book pickup service. And I was getting tons of stuff with no barcodes, vintage, antique, things like that. And then I started really liking eBay. So I was like, who's talking about books on eBay? And I found Mel over time. I think in like 2020 is when I found Mel's channel and people started connecting me with her. But to be honest, nobody was really talking about
Yeah.
books on eBay that I could find. So that's what kind of inspired me to make my channel as well. Because not a lot of people talk about books on eBay. It's all Amazon. But yeah, I connected with Mel right away. She was super nice, super welcoming. I mean, I was a nobody. I didn't even have a channel yet. And she was just very knowledgeable and supportive. And then once I made the channel, you know, obviously she gave me, you know, tips and was supportive with that as well. So yeah, lots of love for Mel for sure.
Yeah, she's terrible.
Atrocious. Can't stand her.
Complete opposite in real life. Just a terrible human being. Oh man.
Yeah, I can tell.
Whatever you guys just heard about Mel, just think the opposite, and that's true.
Mel, I love you. I do not approve this message. This message is not approved by Katey freaking Reads.
Yeah, that was Philly freaking Flipper's message. That's a good point you brought up about that location thing, because a lot of people found me back in the day because of Philadelphia, because they saw other people do it. They're like, oh, is there a Philly, blah blah blah. So my name is a lie now, so people looking for me thinking they're gonna find
misleading.
They're gonna find Philly. They see palm trees in the background. They'd be like, what kind of part of Philly?
Analytics are all jacked up now, man. They don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, they're like, I could always go with Sexy Paul. That's always a backup.
I like Philly Flirter though. I think that
but that doesn't change the Philly part.
I know you're right. You're 100% right. It doesn't, but it just flows so.
It does flow good.
It really does. And I think you should change the piano channel to Philly Flirter. I feel like that would
that would be a good thing.
Like jazz bar piano music. Like, come on, man. Like
I'm switching as we speak right now. I'm switching it as we speak. It's going from Paul's Piano Magic is gonna become.
I think it'll be perfect. I think it'll be perfect for you. Are you gonna rebrand though? I mean, I know Dave did, right? He's ADH Dave now. He got rid of North Carolina.
Yes, and he's the one that's trying to get you spearhead. Is that the correct terminology?
He's starting the campaign.
Yeah,
Dave is starting the campaign with or without your consent.
All right, so Paul's Piano Magic is now officially Philly Flirter. So it has changed.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
See? Now you got to keep up with the panty dropping piano music.
I'm sure I can be pretty.
If that's a category, I don't know. Look it up. But
I feel like that's any just piano music is penny dropping piano music. That's
okay. All right.
That's the effect that's the effect I have on people. So last time I spoke to you, were you doing ephemera, or is this something just recently happened?
I just started getting into ephemera, I'd want to say, in the past year. Honestly, just dumb luck. A situation happened and I had some, and I had heard like Noelle, Farm Girl Scavenger, Dom, Primetime Treasure Hunter. He taught me a lot about ephemera before I even started my YouTube channel. Dom was actually the first YouTube interview I ever did. He had me come on his channel and I was sweating bullets. So that was a lot of love.
That was before you had a channel, right?
Yeah, I didn't even have a channel. Like I was just pushing people to my Instagram. So a lot of love for Dom, and he taught me quite a bit about ephemera because you know, he's right in the point of they really go hand in hand. Like, you know, a lot of the times ephemera is with books or inside of the books. So what happened is I got a bunch of sheet music. I got a bunch of old literature, old sports tickets, and just a bunch of different things. The sports tickets were for local colleges in my area, but surprisingly, I was able to get some decent, you know, money off of them. And so that just kind of got me into it a little bit. And then I started doing more research, watching more videos, finding out like, should I pay for these items or should I just try and get them for free? Like I do with books, like what should I, you know, be doing with that? And it just kind of grew from there. So really, really love ephemera. I've been dabbling with it on Etsy, but Whatnot, surprisingly, is my ephemera crowd.
Yeah.
Like everybody, that and junk journaling, because I got back into doing junk journaling and making, upcycling VHS into notebooks and, little golden books into notebooks. And I kind of got into like that crowd a little bit, and that crowd loves ephemera. They love it either for collecting or cutting it up and making it into something else.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of grew from there. Jody Renshaw, I've learned a lot from her. She is a huge ephemera person, vintage, really anything. And she taught me a lot and how to source really good quality items. So yeah, surprisingly, Whatnot has just been the place for me to sell it, to a good crowd. And the same people show up every show. I mean, I don't do it every single week. I try to rotate different categories every week, but yeah, I've had really good success with it. So I'm going to kind of ride the train or ride the wave, whatever. Ride the train, ride the wave. I don't know. English is a language. So
hopefully it's a train, because a wave seems like it ends faster. So
right. Yeah.
So hopefully Whatnot is a train, a long train.
Long train. We're
Trans-Siberian train ride.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
It's good that Whatnot's your best platform for it, because that's like I would say, like, if I could choose one platform right now to sell on, it would be Whatnot, just because of how easy it is and how fast the stuff moves. Now, obviously, it won't be the same money as I'll get for eBay, but I am trying to build it up so that I can use it way more, because I don't know about you, Katie. I buy way more than I can list. I think that's a problem for many people like me.
I get free stuff way more than I can list.
No, there
I buy way more than I can list. I'm double fisting, so I get it.
Double fisting resellers.
double fisting death pile.
That could be my
thumbnail. That's your title.
That could be my new name, Double Fisting Reseller. Does that work?
There you go.
Double Fisting Flipper.
Yeah, you might get some unwanted adult comments with that.
Who says they're unwanted? Every comment is wanted, Katie.
Well, yeah, engagement and views are views, right?
I will get a lot of clicks if I put double fisting in the title.
Oh Lord, please do not name this episode Double Fisting, please.
I don't know. So far it's taking the lead.
Oh man, I opened that door and you didn't walk right in. You did cartwheels right in.
You do not open doors when I'm around. That's something people learn. I bring the whole army through. If the door is open, I take my shot.
So back to Whatnot. So I will say, yes, I am struggling with what I want to give my 100% to, right? Because it's tough, man. Like, I can get $40 on eBay, but it might sell within 45 days, or I can get 20 on Whatnot and it will sell within my hour show.
Yes.
And the buyer is paying shipping in both cases, because I charge shipping in my eBay store. So it's like, what do I do? The
buyer pays right away. On eBay, somebody can send you an offer for 40 and not pay as well, so that's a plus. What I've been doing is, I tell people, I just source just for Whatnot. So like my show tomorrow stuff, I haven't even checked comps on it, because I want to get tempted. I don't want to do anything, and I'm gonna say, oh wait, I can get $50 for this on eBay. I'm like, nope, just going straight to Whatnot. And then that way, like I said, I have a couple bucks into it. It's gonna sell for more, a couple bucks. So whatever happens.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's how I'm approaching my ephemera too, because I am sourcing for Whatnot with certain things, and ephemera is definitely one of them. During the 127 yard sale, yeah, my video already dropped about this, so I'm not spoiling my own video.
Can't spoil it.
Yeah, this already dropped. During the 127 sale, this guy gave me all his sheet music, all his photos, all his pamphlets, like everything, for $20. And then I purchased some books, because one of them was a Skipper Barbie book, Barbie's little sister Skipper, and it was from the 60s. It was pretty.
I never know Barbie even had a little sister.
That's and like all the Barbie craze, like I thought that would sell. Surprisingly, on Whatnot, that did not sell. What sold for $15 was a bunch of reprinted printouts of railroad tracks and trains and old ships from like the 1800s and different what do they call them? Different like ports where they would do trading in popular cities in different areas.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I'm like, these are reprints. Someone like took this on his Xerox machine and blew it up and was obviously using it for some type of educational purpose. Yeah. And you want these. I was like, I am disclosing that these are not originals. Like someone literally made copies of stuff and printed stuff off, and they wanted all of it for $15. So
that gives a character, you know.
I mean, in that show, I made my money back plus profit. So now I sold a big chunk of the sheet music the other day on eBay. I did an auction, sold that for a decent price point plus shipping. So now I just have a few more. So I will probably triple my money on that lot. So it's like between eBay and whatnot, I think that's why and it's so easy to ship. It's so light, you know, it's like easy to store. So I think that's why I really like that category, and that's something I like it better than clothes. It's like you got to pick something popular, and I don't want to get
I hate clothes too. So I feel your disdain right now through the screen. It's because I have the same as you. And I think ephemera is a new category and whatnot too, right? It just recently got updated, right? Mm-hmm. So the potential for growth there is quite big. So yeah. Now for people like me who just use the word but don't know what it means, do you know what ephemera actually means?
So I mean, dictionary definition, no. Not off the top of my head, Paul. I can Google it real quick.
Oh, I thought you were Katey freaking Reads. I thought you had all the answers.
About books. We can talk about books.
Sheesh.
But ephemera in general is stuff that was meant to be thrown away. So, I mean, receipts, old pamphlets, old booklets, advertisements.
This seems wrong. Definition says things that exist or are used or enjoyed for only a short time.
Yeah. So if you think about it, like, I don't know, like a booklet to a play. Let's say you go see a play.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So items are collectible, typically written or printed ones that were originally expected to be used for only a short term usefulness or popularity. Okay. Yeah. So
advertisements, like maybe a brochure to an event that you were attending, and you know someone hung on to it and it's from 1935, and you know there's so much context to it too, like the historical context. People want it for, you know, historical context, or people just like the images and that's it on it. Like there's so many crazy reasons why people want to buy it, so it's pretty cool.
I always just said it's old paper.
Yeah.
That's how I define it.
It's old paper gold.
It's old paper. That's all it is. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's the scrapbook. Is that old paper? Yeah, it's ephemera. I think that counts. Black and white pictures? Yeah, sure.
With like postcards too. Like, especially written on postcards. Everybody wants written on postcards.
That craze is insane right now. There's people that's what they do is just sell postcards.
I would say on Whatnot, postcards is probably one of their high performing categories.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, next to like baseball cards. I mean, obviously it'll never trump video games and like their original catery lineup.
Pokemon and all that, yeah.
Right, but postcards have to be up there somewhere.
Wow. I was talking to Amber Resos today, and she has a lot of bridesmaid dresses. I'm like, you should start that category.
Wow.
On Whatnot. She's selling, like, because she has so many, she's selling them in lots on eBay. There's like a lot of 32 right now that she's put up on sale on eBay.
Oh wow.
32 bridesmaid. Well, some of them have flaws or something like that, but 32 dresses going up for auction.
Most of that stuff can, to the right person, it can be fixed really easy.
Well, she said people also buy it just for the fabric if they want to reuse, because some of the see, I've never been a bridesmaid, believe it or not, Katey. I have never been a bridesmaid.
That's so embarrassing. Why would you admit that?
so apparently, like, the bride gives all the rules when that comes to that. That's what I learned from Amber. She's like, you need this dress from this store,
this color, this style.
So it's not something that somebody just scrolls to one and, oh, let me buy that dress, because you never know if you're ever gonna.
It's not like a prom dress where you just kind of, it's whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's actually an interesting point though with clothing, because the new trend now all over TikTok and YouTube is people take clothes and turn it into something totally different.
Oh,
So
really?
it's like this, you're thrifting the clothing item and then you upcycle it and turn it into something totally different. So that's kind of like a really popular trend now too. So it's a good way to get rid of certain clothing in bulk, because a lot of people are
Oh,
doing that.
so all my holes of shirts can be sold now because they can just
Mhm.
turning into what is
You
something
know,
totally different, like a
I actually
book.
saw that on Whatnot. I actually saw that on Whatnot because they have the not crafting, it's sewing category.
There's
And
a
this
sewing
girl,
category or
hmm
whatnot.
yeah, and
Okay.
this girl on TikTok is really like, she's got tons of followers. She's really well known for what she does. And she was going to do a live stream showing her taking an item and making it into something else and then auctioning off that item. So like she'll take
Oh,
dresses and turn them into, like, she's really really pretty girl and she does like salsa dancing and stuff, so she'll turn them into like salsa dance dresses and like do all types of different stuff. And yeah, I think she
she
went
probably
live and
makes
did
a
that.
killing. She probably makes a killing on there.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. But yeah, I think she went live on Whatnot and like made something and then auctioned it off.
So she probably makes it pretty fast then, if she can just does
Yeah,
it
I
like
mean, you'd
live.
have to pick something easy,
Yeah.
to make that wouldn't take a whole lot of time. And I mean, with clothing, it's got to be size and, got
Yeah.
to be the right fit for the person, whatever. But you could almost do something like that if it was easy enough. You could almost do something like custom made. Like if you win the bid, give me your measurements, we'll do this,
Oh,
that, you know what I
that.
mean? That would
Yeah.
kind of be cool
Yeah.
too.
If you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I see TikTok. I see Whatnot having that potential. I
For
mean,
sure.
it'll make for really long auctions and you'd have to keep people engaged and staying in the chat, but
Yeah.
like that could be some really cool potential. TikTok is already doing it because TikTok has their shop now. You can add your shop to TikTok. So people are doing that. They'll go live and people will make purchases and that's hot right now. You pack your order live, you know what I mean?
Oh, is
So
that is I should do live packing? That's hot right now.
yeah, so like TikTok, once you connect your shop on TikTok and people make a purchase from your TikTok shop, while you're live, you like stop and you pack up their order, and like that's like the entertainment of it. And so the other entertainment is like if you get 20 orders while you're live, you got to hurry up and pack all these 20 orders and you shout them out and you do this and do that. It's like a whole thing.
Interesting.
It's really
Would
interesting
it
to
be
watch.
hot if I come from a hot garage in 95-degree heat? Would they make it extra hot?
So I'll say like every setting is like the room is like white with a beautiful white table and they've got perfectly organized stuff and it's
Oh, it's
just
one of
like
those
it's
for
one of those like
one of those
aesthetic perfect little.
fake reseller TikToks.
Well, and most of it is like your screen printing people or the people that make stickers
Ah,
and
okay.
it's kind of like an Etsy vibe a little bit. So
Yeah. So
yeah. But
not my
the
crowd.
TikTok
It's
shop
interesting.
has been really interesting. The only reason I didn't sign up for it is they wouldn't let me use my PO box for anything, and a lot of my business stuff is attached to that.
Oh,
So
that's weird. Why would that's like
I think
bad
it's
for privacy?
because of international shipping, like FedEx and UPS don't allow you to use PO box, and I think you're required to do international on TikTok because it's a platform out of China.
Ah, okay.
So I don't know. But yeah,
Or
that's the only
them
reason I didn't do it.
just
Plus, like I don't
the
want the
Chinese
headache.
want your address. That's all it is. Was
And
what
I
I
don't want
heard.
the headache. Like I need another platform right now. I just
Yeah. Well,
I'll take it one step at
you
a
just
time.
mentioned like only 8 things that you're doing. You can easily add
First
TikTok
of
shop
all,
to it.
in business, like I have a whole life and 2 whole kids.
Just get them to
Uh,
work for you. How hard is that? You
yeah,
got child labor. How you
wild labor.
gotta
I was just gonna
that
say that.
that's an advantage. You making it sound like you got an
You're right.
advantage over me.
You're
I
right.
I have nobody helping me over here.
I know. I doubt Sasha is her name, right?
Sasha, yes.
I
My
doubt
dog.
she's any help.
She's not even with me, so yeah, she's not gonna help. Yeah.
Oh,
Way to put a downer on this podcast, Katie. Jeez.
I had no idea.
Oh, sheesh, man. Look, see, guys, somebody's following my videos. She should tell my dog was still here.
I fell off. I fell
Oh, I
off
see
the
that.
grid with YouTube.
Everybody ridicule. Everybody go to her YouTube, comment down
And say,
below.
you're a jerk for bringing up Paul's dog.
Yes, I want that comment everywhere. I want to scroll through her videos tomorrow and find a comment in every video.
That will bring Paul joy. So
It
go
would.
ahead and do it, guys.
It's the little things. It's the little things in life.
Oh my God. Okay, how'd we get here?
Speaking of little things, how are your little hands doing? Are they still around? No, the little hands. Where are they?
Where are they? I haven't seen those in so long.
Yeah, the world hasn't seen those in a while.
I don't even know where they are.
Oh man, I thought you could give us a little hands, little mic presentation here.
I haven't. I know they're here. I just don't know where.
Look,
man.
Your room looks.
I need to bring them back. I need to bring them back
this
for a
angle.
video.
Yeah, you definitely gotta. That'd be a throwback. It'd be like, oh.
Because Jen bought me like a whole set.
Oh, a whole set of little hands?
Yeah, like a bunch of little hands. She's like, that way, in case you lose any or whatever. I was like, oh my God.
And now you don't have them. So like that was time
too. They're here. Okay. I would have never thrown those away. They're here. I just don't know where they are.
All right. In her next video, guys, you'll see some little hands.
I know that'll be well, I've already scheduled my videos out for the week. So next week.
next video.
next video.
Just subscribe and you'll see.
Okay, it'll be a short. I'll drop it right there.
There we go. So speaking of, I guess your channel and the videos, how many are you pumping out?
Yeah. So the goal is 3 a week. With every Friday being a vlog.
Week sauce.
Well, that's what I can do. And then obviously I'll be throwing, shorts in between that. Because shorts actually are doing okay on the channel. Yeah. I wasn't sure how they would do, but they're doing okay. So I kind of recycle the shorts between my Instagram and my YouTube. And now that I have a Facebook page attached, and then when I drop a video, I've been sharing to Facebook. So yeah, that's the goal, 3 a week. And every Friday is like some type of vlog style, which, I got the idea from you on that one. And the first one seemed to go okay as far as views. So this next one this week, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to base it on views though. Like if people don't engage or watch a lot of it, then I don't know. I don't know that I keep doing them, but I like to think that,
I think it shows like a completely different side of who you are, because in your yard sale videos, you just have just your interaction with the people, but you actually don't get to see what's going on behind the scenes. And the vlog is a nice little glimpse into your life. So
yeah, just day to day, whatever. And honestly, I've found myself kind of enjoying that style of video, like Courtney Bolo Buddies. I just watched her recent video and it was very vlog style, just life of a reseller. I'm packing orders. This is what I think. This is what I have going on today.
Everybody's coming after my ideas over here, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to start getting some copyright coin or something.
I should. Well, you're allowed. Cool. I never gave Courtney permissions. I got to talk to her right now. I was like, excuse me.
Lord.
Do you not know who started this whole vlog trade?
Oh, Paul.
You gotta show respect. Well, that was.
I mean, it's cool.
That was my big fight with. There was a guy that tried to be me. Did you hear about that?
No.
There was a guy who used to be one name. They changed it to Philly Flipper, but with an F instead of a PH. And would always introduce himself as, "Hey, my name is blah blah blah. I'm the Philly Flipper," and try to come after my fame. And once he started doing that, his videos went from like 100 views to like 2,000 views. just from that change, because people thought they were finding me and we're seeing him.
Oh my gosh.
And then he started doing Dana Life reseller vlogs. And he said in the video, said, I haven't seen anybody do this yet, so I'm gonna do a Dana Life vlog style. And I'm like, what?
So he must like not watch any YouTube videos to say that he's not seen it.
Has never seen like a reseller do it or something. He said he's seen other people do it. So I commented on a couple of his videos saying, hey, by the way, I am the Philly Flipper. And he deleted all those comments. And I had some of my friends comment on his video saying, hey, by the way, there's a guy called Philly Flipper out there. It's not cool for you to do this. And he responded to those comments saying, I have never heard of this guy, after he deleted my comments. So then one day I just posted his YouTube on Instagram and said, everybody go and comment that this is not cool. And he changed the name.
What did he change it to?
Philly Flips. But he also hasn't put out video since then. So I think I destroyed him because he got legit.
But I mean, to be fair, you really do, like, when you're creating a name, you have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. You just do.
Well, yeah, especially and he lied too, because he's like, I never heard of him when he just deleted my comment the day before. So clearly he has heard of me to delete my comment. Yeah, so like it could have been done a lot easier if he just said like respond to me, we talked about it and blah blah blah. But he chose that way, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with branding, like he should want his own branding. You know what I mean? Like he should want his own signature name and, you know, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't want to like copy and paste somebody else because that's not my own authentic branding. Like you worked hard for your branding.
And I was like telling him, like, if you see the people that comment, because he had like Amber resells, Art of Resell, back from Burnout, all the people commenting saying this is not cool. I'm like, these are not just regular Joe Schmoes here commenting. These are actually people you want to be friends with in the industry. You don't want to just burn all these bridges before you even know who these people are. But whatever. He's dead to me.
Whatever.
He's dead to me, even though I just burned him up.
He's dead to me. It's done.
Done.
KO.
Done. If you guys want to start Katey freaking Reads, that link, that channel is still available before she gets on it.
First of all, incorrect. I'm gonna take it over. Maybe I'll switch one of my channels to Katey freaking Reads. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
So the first two videos, not the fighter one, are they just like picking videos, or what?
Yeah. So the Monday and Wednesday videos will be picking ones. My what sold videos just aren't it, and I think it's because I didn't enjoy making them. So I feel like that's why just over time people just weren't feeling it because I wasn't feeling it, and it was just So
that's true about a lot of people.
Huh?
A lot of people get burned out from what sold videos. It's understandable.
Yeah. And so I decided to kind of step away from that or make an entirely separate channel, like what Kevin does with the, picker and flipper. And I just was like, do I really want to? Because to make a separate channel, you'd have to post multiple videos. Before I was doing a what sold video once a month, just talking about the previous month. And it just, Who
would want multiple channels? It sounds terrible.
It's a lot of work. Depending how big you want each channel, it's a lot of work. That's terrible what I hear anyway. That's what I hear anyway. So yeah, it's going to be mostly thrifting, taking people along with free book pickups, private picks that I do, just pretty much how I'm acquiring my inventory, how I'm organizing inventory, reseller thoughts, updates on platforms, just anything that comes up reseller related or thrifting related.
Gotcha. And the shorts are just random.
The shorts are random. That's just, I like to keep the shorts like just if something happens that day, or and I can make a quick 30-second video or some type of cool content, or something funny or something that's trending, and I decide to make a quick short about that. You know what I mean? Just I like to keep the shorts like that. I know I need to be more strategic with them, and kind of have them in the same schedule as my longer videos. I know that, but I am doing short content videos for kind of two different things. My TikTok and my personal Instagram, I'm kind of trying to grow into like, and my personal YouTube channel, I'm trying to grow that into more of like horror and Halloween
too many things
and spooky stuff. What?
It's too many things.
I know, but like, so when I go, like, so recently I went to Big Lots and made a quick, like 40-second video of different products that are Halloween that Big Lots has out now, now, right?
Yeah.
And because people like that, it's spooky season, you know, whatever. And some people like that all year long, you know, they're like me, they're into horror, they're like Halloween stuff, whatever. So I'm taking that video, editing it in CapCut, putting it on, you know, sometimes on my Instagram, but always on my TikTok and on my private YouTube or my Katie Morgan YouTube channel. So that way, like, I want to start growing that into like more horror related stuff, whatever, because eventually I'll start also dropping little things about my digital product Etsy store where I make like digital designs for people to use. And that's called 90s Nightmare. So it's going to be all like 90s nostalgic horror design, stuff like that.
That's cool.
So I just feel like those going together will look good. So like that is like really heavy on the short content, and I'm not making any long content, you know, no longer videos. And then my Katey Reads channel, it's like I need to be more strategic with the shorter stuff, because Katey Reads channel, I always think about long videos because, you know, the 8-minute threshold for
that's where the money is.
Yeah.
the longer videos.
Yeah. So it's like I have a lot in my mind and a lot that I have written down. It's just, you know,
just getting all done.
It's just getting it all done. Yeah. Just deciding, you know, 1 hour a day, I'm going to make content. And the cool thing is though, with short content is like, I went to Big Lots and went into 4 different sections of the store and have 4 short videos. You know what I mean? And some of them I even have like, technically I could have like 6 or 7 just from that one store. So, and then you just spread it out and schedule it out. So
have you seen that taken off? I haven't really seen any people just go and say, hey, this is what Big Lots has right now. On
TikTok, it is really like, hot.
I've seen Callie do it. Louise.
Sorry, my
your light just decided to die on you or something.
Who knows? Technology today is not my friend. So on TikTok, it's really popular, especially showing, you know, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Big Lots, Marshalls, just really anywhere that you find cutesy, fun Halloween stuff. So that is really, really popular. And my only problem is, what am I going to do when it's not Halloween season around here anymore? But then you just, you know, you get creative, you go into other like fall related spooky stuff. Even in the summertime, like there was stuff that I found all the time. So I just never recorded it. So it's just getting creative.
I also feel like spooky season gets longer like every year. Like when does actually like start? Like July? That feels like they had the stuff in the store.
July. So pretty much July 5th, like it's done. People are like, yep, it's time.
Yeah, I remember going to Sam's Club in July and there's already like Halloween decorations. I'm like wait a minute.
Well, and then like even after Halloween, then it starts going into like the battle of like Christmas, but people have Spookmas, which
I never heard of that. What is this? What is
Spookmas? Spookmas is like for the hardcore, like I'm in the scene, man. I love it. So it's like for the hardcore Halloween goth like people, and it's like, you know, candy cane Christmas ornaments that have like a jack-o'-lantern face, or you know, Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, or you know, Krampus, or you know, stuff like that. So it's like the cool spooky side of Christmas even, and then that kind of rolls over into the new year, and then you get into My Bloody Valentine season, right? And so it's like spooky Valentines, And
So pretty
that's
much
really
you
popular.
got content all year round.
Yeah, so that's what I like to think is like really, it could be cool content all year round. So
then you got Spooky Easter with the scary Easter bunny.
Spooky Easter with the killer bunny.
The killer bunny.
Zombie Jesus, all the things.
Always happens. Yeah.
So yeah, lots of possibilities.
Okay. So if you guys want spooky stuff, Katey Reads or Katie Morgan apparently is for spooky stuff.
Channel. It's just Katey Morgan. I didn't know what else to do with it right now, so that's what it is.
So have you been to like horror stuff your whole life, or how did that come about?
Oh yeah, always been into horror movies. And doing reaction videos to like upcoming horror movies, that'll be a good thing to kind of incorporate too for like longer video content. And talking about upcoming horror movies, because that happens all year long too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been into it.
There's always a new Halloween coming out every year. Don't worry about
that. There's always remakes coming out.
Until Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna die, but then I don't know. Paul Walker died, and they start making Fast and Furious movies.
So what's funny about that is when they did H2O with Josh Hartnett, which I don't think a lot of people remember that. Josh Hartnett played her son. In Halloween H2O, they interviewed her, and she said that she legitimately agreed to a contract that said that Michael Myers can never die. Like his character can never die. And she was like, this is crazy. Like, how are you going to continue this on forever and ever? And, I won't put any spoilers out there, although the movie's been out for quite some time. But the most recent movie, Halloween Kills, like they kind of made it a different twist. So, I mean, yeah, this guy like never dies. Like, the whole concept is...
wait, Halloween Kills was the most recent one?
Halloween Kills? Halloween Ends?
Halloween Kills was like 2021. I feel like they probably made one past that. I don't know.
Either Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Halloween Ends is 2022. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So that one is the one where they added in like
1.9 in ratings.
It was because it was horrible. Like it was stupid. It was literally 15 minutes of actual Michael Myers. The rest was this random new character that they tried to bring into the movie just to kill him off. Like it was really stupid. He wanted to become Michael Myers, and then he just dies anyways. And it's like, dang it, my screensaver keeps messing up. And it's like, why would you do that to us for the last 2 hours? Like, why would you make us
to get the money out of it?
Get invested in this new character, and now he's gone.
There we go. Well, there's gonna be a new one next year.
Still got it. I give her that. She definitely still has it.
Oh yeah, no, I remember her from True Lies. She was a smoke show in
right?
True Lies.
Right.
Yeah.
She's always been a scream queen. I mean, her mom was the lead role in Psycho. It was just gonna happen.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's her mom.
Yeah, I don't know his whole like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I don't know. Josh Hartnett was her. Is that like her son in real life? He said or no?
No, in the movie. And it's so crazy because he was like so popular, and like the fact that he got that horror role, it just shows like how hot that it was like during Y2K kind of, you know, times. And it's just so funny how like that was like a hot, a hot actor to have in the film.
The hot thing to do in the 8th Halloween movie.
Like he was like the cool guy in the movie.
Yeah. So before I really interrupt you with some just Jamie Lee Curtis tangent, tell me about how much you hate Halloween or how much you hate horror.
First of all, yeah. So I mean, as a kid, obviously I was terrified of it, but then once I got into like kind of like the preteen teenage age, it was kind of cool. I was reading Goosebumps. I really liked, I'd watch Unsolved Mysteries with my mom. My mom's always been into like true crime stuff. And so we watched that.
That's like before it was cool. True crime became cool a couple of years ago. So your mom was on the train for a while.
Yeah. So it, it just always kind of was there. I always liked scary movies. There was just something about it. I can't really I like action movies. They're okay, but I think for me, it's just like, especially with thrillers and like mind psychological kind of movies, like I just like the whodunit game, trying to guess the whole movie, like what's really going on. And, if I can't guess what's going to happen next, I really like the movie,
Well, this is why I like Lifetime movies, because I can guess what happens next right away. I'm a big fan of Lifetime.
They are so bad.
I can tell you what's going to happen in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
I'm like, oh, this girl he meets on his vacation, she's going to come back and become his babysitter or something. That's it's going to go down.
Oh, they're so bad.
Yeah. So, like, I also like thriller movies and kind of that stuff, but I hate slashers. And I hate like anything that gives me a jump scare. I can my poor Ukrainian heart cannot take it.
Izzy doesn't like jump scares.
And you could tell just like the slow like motion creeping in, the music getting louder. I legit turn my head this way because I know, even though it's still gonna scare me. I'm gonna look this way, wait for the big music, and then turn around.
Yeah, Izzy can always tell when it's coming, and she's like this, and I'm like, "Do you want me to turn it off? Are you getting scared?" Nope.
She's trying to fight through it.
We actually have been watching a bunch of like indie B title Jason Voorhees fan film on YouTube, and one video was like from 2010. The picture was horrible. I mean, it was super blurry, super low budget, but it was decent. It was decent for a fan film. We've watched some other ones that were really good quality. You could tell they had a little bit nicer budget. And it was good. It was
more than $20 budget on that one.
Yeah, more than a 20. Yeah, they used more than their iPhone on that one. And so some of them are really really good. Never Hike Alone. I'm always gonna suggest that one because I feel like that one I liked the most because the main character is a like hiking vlogger, and he's like recording himself through his GoPro a lot of the movie, and they just did a really good job with like Camp Crystal Lake too. Like they do a really good job of like reenacting different things from the lake. So yeah, Never Hike Alone.
Is this a jump scare slasher film?
Oh, there's plenty of jump scares. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Because like
I'll say with horror, like I definitely have my limits, so I can relate to like the whole jump scare thing. Like I'm not really like Saw is just gore to me. Like
I like Saw, because Saw is like a mind bender game. So
it is, but there's just so much.
Is this it right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. That's a really really good one.
All right. It looks like it's a pretty good budget film. Looks like it's not a $20 iPhone.
Yeah, and I think I like it also because the actor does really well for being pretty much the only character in the movie. Which is hard to do. So I think that's why that one's one of my favorites. But yeah, like Saw and like The Hills Have Eyes, which is just that's too dark for me. Like some of them that are really gory or just not. Yeah. And I never got into Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I never got into that.
So
I think
nothing with chainsaws is what I just learned. Not a big chainsaw. Not going to see chainsaw earrings coming from Katey Reads.
But Saw, after like Saw 3, I got really freaking lost on the storyline. Like I was so confused. Like who's mentoring who? Who's the killer now? Who's friends with who that's actually collaborating with this person who's actually dying but didn't die, but is teaching the girl about how to do this, to do this. Like it's just like, what is going on? So yeah.
So you're more fan of like the classic ones, like Exorcist and all those, or?
Yeah, Exorcist is good. I'm always gonna be a Michael Myers fan. Just John Carpenter really.
Even though there's 60 of those movies, you're still a fan?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because I mean, John Carpenter just did something that no one's ever done before and made Halloween a slasher like vibe that no one had really done that before.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock is like always going to be the horror king, but John Carpenter attached it to a holiday. You know what I mean? So That's always going to be cool to me. And then I would say a close second would be Ghostface, the Scream series.
Oh, well, that's what turned me off. Horror. I watched Scream 2 in theaters with my friends, and I wanted to I was gone after the intro. When they were just in the
intro,
like the guy was just like in the stall and you just got like cut through, and then like they're in the movie theater, right? The guy comes out, yeah, like I was done there. I was like, all right, 5 minutes in, guys, I'm out of here.
Jada Pinkett Smith is in that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's Scream 2.
Yeah, he like puts his ear up to the stall because he hears someone crying and they stab him in the ear.
I know Courtney Cox is in that one, but
yeah, Courtney Cox is in all of them.
Yeah. See, I only seen 2.
So she's in all of them. So
she was a babe. I remember
even the newer ones.
Was so young.
Even the newer ones, like she's still a babe, dude. Like she's still got
I know.
For being 150, she's still got it.
It's something about that Friends TV show, man. People don't age from that show. Her, Jennifer Aniston.
They drank something. Like they
actually, I gotta see. How does Lisa Kudrow look now? She look good still?
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know how Lisa looks.
I've seen her on what's that Steve Carell movie on Netflix? Steve Carell show, Skyforce.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
About the Air Force. Yeah, she's in there. She looked pretty good. So I guess Friends the Reunion. That's her latest thing.
I haven't seen any of the guys. I don't know what the guys look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
What has David Schwimmer done since Friends? I don't think he's done anything, right?
I haven't seen him in nothing.
Yeah.
Chandler, I've seen in other things.
Like you call him Chandler, not Matthew Perry.
Chandler. Matthew Perry.
I've seen Chandler in Fools Rush In.
Yes, Fools Rush In, and a couple other comedies.
That's about it. Yeah, they're not as popular as Joey. He did like an HBO show, right? About something.
Right, with his probably salt and pepper beard and hair.
Yeah. What is Joey's real name? Matt LeBlanc, right? I think, right?
Oh yeah, LeBlanc. You're right.
Matt LeBlanc. Do I go Matt LeBlanc now? How do I see what they look like now? Hey, he looks the same. just more gray. Probably
just
still
not as Joey-ish. Oh Lord.
Still bigger.
He's trying so hard to keep that hair up there. He's trying so hard. He's doing all the techniques to make it seem voluminous.
He's 56 years old, Matt LeBlanc.
Wow. God. That makes me feel so old.
Yeah, it makes me feel so old. So
we gotta be close to the same age.
I was born in 90, so I can do
that. You're younger than me.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Wow. you little baby. You're like an infant.
I'm a little baby. What are you, 2 years older than me?
I was born in 89.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm the baby here. You were crawling when I was born.
Phil. Yeah, I know.
Did a whole crawl fest. Yes, Jennifer Aniston's 54. Sheesh. Oh.
Wow.
One of these days I look like her and I'm 54.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So talk about something that makes us feel happier by than that.
I know. I brought us down twice now. Jeez.
Man, I can see why you hate like horror so much. You just want to just want to bring a sad mood to everything.
My bad.
You mentioned something, then we talked over it. Junk journaling. You said that. What is a junk journal?
So there's kind of two different ways you can go with it. So junk journaling and then creative journaling. So junk journaling is where if you're like on the extreme end of it, you literally like take junk, like pieces of paper that are laying around, and you make books out of them. So like what people are doing right now, okay, this is a Rolo. Like I had a packing label on this one. You know how it's got like that plastic.
Look at you trying to get an ad in real quick.
This
is by
I'm
Rolo.
always ready for a sponsorship. You know how it's got like the plastic, you know, stuff there. So what people are doing with these is they're collecting them, and once they get like 50, 100 of them, they are putting them together. They're binding them together, however creative way they want to bind them together. And they're using them to put like stickers on. So you can peel off the sticker and put it on here and then peel it off again. Like you can put on and peel back off a sticker.
It's like a reusable sticker thing. Okay.
Yeah, so like a reusable sticker pad that you used from materials that you decided not to throw away. So that's what a junk journal is. You can take cereal boxes, make that like the front and back of your book, and then just add in just random pages, advertisements. It's just taking really whatever you want. Some people use you know, recycled bags and just all types of stuff. Then you've got creative journaling, which is more what I like to do with like my VHS notebooks and stuff like that, my little golden books. What that is like you have an item and you're more like upcycling it because maybe it's really damaged. So you're upcycling it and putting blank pages in or notebook pages or something like that. And you write in it, or maybe you do some scrapbooking in it. Maybe you use it for pictures. The really hot thing right now is a lot of people are taking Disney VHS, making notebooks out of them and selling them as autograph books for Disney.
Like Disney World.
Disneyland. Yeah, selling them for like autograph books and stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
So that's more of like the creative, like upcycling journaling thing. And then junk journaling is just like where you're taking just random things and you know, craft with them pretty much and make it into like a book. So
can I take this lid?
No, it's gotta be paper.
This video game. And this bobblehead with no head. Can I make a journal?
But you could open up the video game and take the paper out and like use that for a cover. So I mean, you're on the right track.
Okay, so I can only use one out of three. Yeah. The other two I can't really.
Yeah, that's a hard good. It's got to be paper.
Dang. Okay, I have a jury duty summons over here.
There you go.
And then I have just a blank piece of cardboard.
Yeah, there you go.
This goes inside this, and I got a junk journal.
Yes.
Boom. Coming for your job.
It's actually cool how different people do it because some people do it for like, you know, mental health, a therapeutic outlet. And so some people will like make a year-long junk journal. So they'll start on January 1st and just take random things from that day. So maybe you had a fast food receipt or a gas fuel receipt. That's
kind of cool.
Maybe you got a piece of junk mail. Maybe you got a sticker. Maybe you voted that day. Maybe, you know, whatever. And they take little things. Maybe they peel off the front of the can of peas that they made for dinner, like just weird stuff like that. And they'll do that daily. And then at the end of the year, they have, oh my God, my screensaver. At the end of the year, they have this, you know, year's worth of just, and then you can kind of look back on it and it's like, oh, I ate peas that day, or I, you know, went here, went
like,
there.
Oh yeah, I remember doing this. I remember, that's kind of cool. Yeah, interesting. I see. So
it's fun way.
So what you do, people don't know, is you take VHS covers, right? So people are not aware, and then how does that become a journal? You can explain the process there.
Oh, well, first I look up the VHS to make sure it's not worth anything.
Oh, that's a good step one.
As long as it's like under $5, because my VHS notebooks I usually get 15. So as long as it's under $5, I'll make it into a notebook.
Katie takes a sealed grail VHS. That's for $2,000. She's
Kevin
like, oh,
come all the way up to Michigan, and he would kill me.
He's like, oh, this will make a great journal.
He'd be like, no, So what I do is I take I think I have one somewhere. Maybe I don't. So the cardboard
I
ones.
think it's next to your small hands. I think that's where it is.
Shut up. The cardboard ones, I cut those up and I take the front and the back and use that as like the front and back of the notebook, obviously. And then the sides, I laminate and turn into like skinny bookmarks.
Oh, cool.
And
I
then
don't know
the
you did that. Yeah.
top, yep. And then the top, I laminate. I would have had a set out here with me, so I could have shown you. But and then the top part of because it's a box, right? The cardboard ones are like box shaped, and so the top part, the tiny piece, if it looks cool, if it's not just words, if it looks cool, I'll laminate it and turn it into a keychain. And so you've got a notebook, you've got a keychain, and then you've got 2 bookmarks. I usually sell them as a set because most people want just like the whole set. And then I usually put about 50, lined pages in there. Your average notebook has 120, so these are like a little bit smaller. Now the clamshell ones, the ones that, which are mostly Disney, but the clamshell ones, I take the paper out of that, laminate that, turn the one side into a bookmark. The front and the back is the front and the back of the notebook. And then I put 100 pages in those because those I can make a little bit thicker and it works a little bit better. And so that one, you just get a
I think
bookmark.
I had Carissa on here earlier, a couple weeks before you. I think she had one from you. I think she had like a Snow White one maybe from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I made that one custom for her. That's before I had an actual process, but it turned out really good still, even for not having a process. And then my sister custom designed some gel pens for me. So then people like, this is all like a setup that I do at craft fairs because I do about 3 to 4 craft sales a year. And so my sister is a graphic designer and she made custom like designs and put them inside of gel pens. So then we've got like some color coordinating cool gel pens to go with the sets. And
you got the whole set going. I see what you guys are doing. I see what's going on there.
It's fun. It's fun. And people get so excited. People get so excited because they remember the movies, like, oh, I remember Neverending Story, or oh my God, this was my favorite. I love Bambi, whatever.
I actually have a Bambi somewhere here signed by Jakob Benz.
Do you really?
Bambi VHS signed by the legend himself, Jakob Benz.
Nice.
So that thing's going to only go up in value. It has.
Nice.
There's no way.
It's funny that you bring that up though, because some people gave me some DVD ones, and the DVD ones aren't like VHS, like they're not as big, they're not thick on the sides, so I can't really make a bookmark. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with some of the DVD ones because they're all Barbie, and it's just Barbie's so hot right now. It's
Barbie's
like I want to do something with it, So trying to figure that out. But yeah, that's how I kind of upcycle them. And then the actual tapes, I will give to the person, like if they're doing a custom order for me and they still want the tape with everything, then I'll give them the tape with it just for free. If they don't want the tape, right now I'm donating them, but I want to look into,
number 6.
I want to look into, people actually turn those tapes into lights, like they put fairy lights inside of them, and
that's cool.
Like you can put them on a end table or whatever, and it's a light. I don't know.
So where are these things sold? Etsy store or?
Yeah, Etsy is definitely the primary place, and then probably Shopify would be next. Kind of eBay, and then you see tons of stuff at craft fairs. My local craft fairs, I'm the only one that does it, so I get a really good crowd.
Out. Yeah. Because I figure if I come to a fair, I see that, like, well, it's kind of that's cool.
Yeah, and it's really unique. It's different than like the handmade towels and all the things that you see at every single craft fair. So it's different, it's unique, and so far no one has copied my ideas locally here. So I'm going to continue doing craft fairs as long as I don't have too much of a competition with it.
Do people reach out to you saying, "Hey, if you ever see so and so in the wild, make me a notebook out of it," or
Yep.
like,
I
yeah,
have a Google sheet. I have the Google Sheets app, I think it's called, on my phone. And I
yeah,
have one tab is book requests. So books that people are always on the lookout for and will buy from me as soon as I find it, they'll immediately buy it.
yeah.
And then I have a client list of requests for VHS notebooks. So if I'm ever out in the wild and I find a VHS, I usually, as long as the VHS is like under $1, I will usually grab it. If it's in really, really good condition, I might pay up a little bit. I'm usually making $10 to $15 on the notebooks. So
Yeah. So you're the one that's buying all these crappy VHS. I'm wondering who's out there buying all these.
me,
It's you. Got it.
it's me. It's Fisting Reads.
Katey freaking Reads out there making the VHS market just skyrocketing in value just
I
because she wants
know,
to make
right?
notebooks out of them.
Doesn't hurt to recycle. I mean, they're gonna just get pitched or donated anyways, you
Yeah,
know.
no,
So.
that I respect because like I had also Bob Buys on here earlier. I don't know if you know who she is. Bob Buys
Mhm.
also does books on whatnot as well, by the
Oh,
way,
okay.
and also has the same mentality of she resells mainly to get things out of landfills. So she would
Mhm.
buys broken, beat up dresses I think people are gonna throw out, and she sews new buttons on them, makes them all
Oh,
pretty
that's so
again.
awesome.
And then also her Goodwill every Sunday smashes all the breakables instead of just if anything doesn't sell by the week, they smash it all and just throw it all out. So she tries to
Wow.
buy as much breakables as possible, even if she doesn't make that much profit on them, just to keep them out of landfill. She does that too. Yeah, so
Wow.
I respect that a lot from you too.
That's
It's
crazy.
commitment.
And retailers do that too. One of my I guess he's a friend. He is local here. He has a really big channel. It's called Grab It Fast, and he does dumpster diving.
Uh-huh.
And he went to our GameStop, and they literally broke things on purpose before they put it in the dumpster.
That's
And we have an Ulta here that, I assume you know what
makeup.
Ulta is, but makeup.
Yeah.
They literally dumped,
I use them all the time.
they they squeezed all the stuff out of the tubes, and it was stupid.
So I used to work at Anthro. I don't know if I told you that or not. Um,
No.
Anthropology, the clothing store. But I worked at their headquarters in Philadelphia, and then they would also like they had a bunch of stuff in their warehouse. They were like, "All right, we gotta destroy it and throw it out." And I'm like, "What?" This was like furniture, like couches, beds. I'm like, "You want me to do what?" They're like, "You gotta slash it all and then throw it." I'm like, why can't we just put free? Just so people come pick it up. But it's like that stuff sells for like $7, $8, $10,000. They're like slash it and throw it
Mhm.
out. And I'm like, why? She's like, we don't want our competitors to see our product. I'm like, competitors are not shopping the freaking dumpster in the Philadelphia Navy Yard. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So like I refused to do it. I was like, I can't take a box cutter and just slash through a couch.
Yeah.
So I had some people, it was illegal, but I texted some people saying, hey, we got 3 couches for free. If you guys want them, put them right here. Come grab them. And they came and they
Yeah.
took them.
And I don't understand, like, why wouldn't you donate that? There's got to be some tax advantage to donating.
They don't want their competitors to see their designs. In
Wow.
case a J. Crew buyer is just walking through a Goodwill
Right.
randomly
Just
in South Philly, they're like, "Whoa, look at that couch! We gotta make that."
right.
It's some people like you made like you think like wow, these people are smart. They climbed the ladder. They're at this point in the Fortune 500 company. I'm like, wow, they're not that bright.
They just lose sight of what it's like to do the day to day. Like they just sit at a board table and
Yeah.
that's it.
And talk about I like to always bring this up. I was at a meeting for future rug buys. We were buying rugs for the
Mhm.
future, and one lady there goes, I like the color of this rug, but the energy isn't speaking to me. She goes, is there any way that we could keep the color,
Oh my
but
God,
but
lady.
but change the energy? I'm just sitting there like, and everybody's like, okay, change energy, keep a color. like what am I? I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
The vibes. I think I heard that
Yeah.
on Trash to Cash podcast. Like Carrie said something about vibes, and Dave was like, I hate that. It just feels like so, it's just cringy. I hate that word, vibes.
Vibes.
So she was definitely talking about the vibes.
Yeah, she didn't like the vibes of the rug.
She didn't like the vibes of the
I didn't
rug.
even know. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm just here to bring things in, because like legit, because I wasn't like a buyer or anything. I was in charge of the labor force, so we were there unrolling the rug, rolling it up, putting it back, and I'm just like, what is this meeting? I've never heard so many people like they talked about some of these rugs for like 40 minutes straight, about like every little part of it, and like, oh, can we
It
make
had to
that?
have been like a design reference, right? Like maybe it was too busy or it was too
Yeah,
simplistic, or
I guess I don't know.
it had to have been
Yeah,
something. She
it was
couldn't have
something.
been, sorry, she couldn't have been that crazy.
I don't know.
She needed to go get another UV light bath.
I also think she was like the head, and that's what I learned about too in these companies, is that it's just a bunch of yes people to just say yes to whoever the head person is. Because if you actually like challenge them, you don't usually go up the ladder. So like these meetings seem like always pointless, because it'd be just whatever the head person said. I was like, okay, yes, that makes sense. We'll do it this way. There was never a challenge from anybody, because I guess you don't want to be that person. So, you know.
I do not miss the corporate world at all.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, you're out of the corporate world, right?
Yeah.
You're a lame reseller like the rest of us now. Congrats.
Yeah. I left banking after 12 years in 2020 and went to nonprofit for about a year and a half, and I just still hated it. I think it was just the fact of it was more lifestyle, not so much working for a nonprofit. Working for a nonprofit was great. It definitely had its challenges and its problems though, but I think it was just a lifestyle thing. So yeah. Pretty much immediately after I had the baby, I just dove into reselling and content stuff full time.
Oh, so it's been how old is the baby now?
Over a year, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you still have a home. That's pretty good.
You know? Yeah, right. I still have a home.
You're not homeless. So dude, I would say that's a good start.
I totally feel for Dave, because ADH Dave recently went full time, and in his videos he talks about stuff, and it's a transition. I mean, I don't care how prepared you think you are, it's still a transition. Yeah. And yeah, like I definitely sympathize with him. So yeah.
I went full time during COVID, end of COVID, 2021, because shut down my business, my moving business. I couldn't do it, and for the first 3 months, I was struggling, because it's so different going from part time to full time. It's
totally,
it's a completely different mindset, and if you don't get in that mindset, you will. And I just saw for 3 months, my bank account just goes. I'm like, oh boy, like, do I have to start doing Uber? Do I have to do Uber Eats? I was already thinking of other things, but then like I flipped the switch and just said, hey, you gotta take this more seriously.
Yes,
actually care about what you're doing, because I was always, even though for the first 2 months, even though it was full time, I was putting in part time effort. I really was. I was just putting the same thing. Nothing changed from when I was doing moving full time. But then once you switch it takes a while. And this is also like 2021. I don't think I was even monetized on YouTube yet when I went full time. So it was all full time reseller. I wasn't making nothing from content. I wasn't making Katey freaking Reads YouTube money.
You were making my kind of pennies, or not even pennies yet. Yeah, man. And like, that's the thing. I think I got very serious about reselling. So now I'm trying to get more serious about my content now. You know, it's been a year. The baby's bigger now. Things are a little bit more calm. So it's like now I can make more videos and dive into other things. So yeah, you really have to be like, okay, this is my new job now, because in a way it is.
Yep.
And it's not a business yet for me, because what I consider a business is something that I can completely step away from and it still functions. And I'm not there yet. It still needs me. But one day I'll be to a point where I could completely step away and my business would still function. But right now it's my job, and I mean, I like it.
Is that what you see like recently happening? Like you see like hiring people out to do different tasks for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My sister's getting married in, oh my God, my sister's getting married in 2 weeks. I'm freaking out because I'm doing the ceremony. I'm ordained and I'm marrying my sister.
Whoa.
I'm very scared.
That's big news.
She just gave me the script last night. So we were going over the script of the vows and all that stuff and what I need to say. And
just make
sure
I
got ordained back in 2018 for my other sister who got married.
Dang.
And just as a backup, because her best friend was doing it and her best friend was kind of nervous. And so I was like, I'll get ordained too, just in case as a backup.
Just in case she passes out there to ceremony.
Yeah, so we can still make something happen. But her best friend did great. I mean, she was really nervous, but she did a really good job. And so my other sister, my youngest sister, she's like, will you marry us? And I'm like, oh my God, okay.
She's like, you already got the paperwork. Might as well put it to use.
And it doesn't expire. So I'm a minister through the Universal Life Church. So
now is that like a different state thing? Do you got to get ordained in all the states? Or is it just good for everything? Yeah.
So I have to indicate that I'm in Michigan. And in Michigan, the laws are totally different than if I live somewhere like Nevada. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I had some friends got married in North Carolina, and they asked me to do it there, so I got ordained for the North Carolina state. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm allowed to do it anywhere else besides North Carolina, right?
Correct. Okay. So I could go to universallifechurch.com and get ordained again for a different state, but that you have to indicate your resident state or where you're going to be doing the ceremony, one of the two. And I chose my resident state because the ceremony was going to be in that same state too. But and like different laws for different states. Michigan is a lot more laid back because it's not like, like in Nevada, there's Vegas and just a lot of things going on in that area. So the laws are a lot
every second. There.
Yeah. There's divorces and marriages quite often in Nevada. So I say all that because, one day she'll want to be at home. Like, I think they want to have kids right away based on things that they've said. So after they get married, she'll want to be at home. And my sister actually has Amazon FBA and Amazon Merchant Fulfilled experience from some of her past jobs. Okay. She's listed for me in the past before. She used to list for me and I pay her $1 per listing. And she actually helps me with my book pickups as well. So, and she's the person that gets my business LLC if I pass away. So there's just like a lot of things with that I could
You already thought about that part?
Yeah.
Sheesh. You do watch a lot of morbid movies.
I just wanted to make sure that no matter what, things would be taken care of if something were to happen. Just because of Izzy. I mean, when you have kids, your mindset kind of changes. But so with Izzy and everything else, I just wanted to make sure like business, my home, all of that stuff is good to go. And then now I have 2 kids. So it's like, you want to make sure you got everything and all your ducks in a row. But so she's done so much for me already. She would be a perfect transition part-time person to be working for me, doing listing or sending out shit. Like she did all my shipments for me for like the first 3 weeks of me being postpartum because, I had just pushed out a whole baby. So I was kind of tied up in bed for a while and she did all of that for me.
I have never done that, but I hear it's not easy. So
it's not super easy. And
that's the word on the street.
And it's not as easy as when I did it at 19 than doing it at 33. That was kind of different too. My body is not as good as it was. I am old. So yeah.
That makes me feel old because I'm 33 too. Sheesh.
Yeah. You're getting old, man.
You're saying I can't. You're saying I can't push a whole baby out right now? Is what you're
you could, but it's the recovery time is going to be different. Recovery time is going to be different.
Wait, so I can't push a baby out and ship the next day? Is what you're saying? I can't do that.
Well, I mean, you could, and technically I could have, but I just no, it wasn't going to happen. So she helped me with that. So I see, like, my goal is to be to a point to where I could pay her part-time. Like, it would be part-time money for sure, but I could see myself doing that, and then finding someone to maybe figuring out more ways of having inventory come to me versus me coming for the inventory.
Yeah.
Having someone help with my videos, maybe they put them together and then I just do the final touches or whatever. She actually did all my video editing when I first started my channel because I had no idea what I was doing.
Dang.
Then I started learning on my own.
I'm about to hire her. What is her name? It was great.
I'll give you her info. Like, I'm really so blessed because both my sisters have been such important pieces of my business, because my other sister's a graphic designer. She's done all my branding, all my logos.
Yeah.
She's helped me with everything with my Etsy store, my digital products. She's helped me with all my ebooks, done all the covers for all my short stories that I have on Amazon. Like, I'm just really blessed to have really supportive family that has invested in me and done things for me. And obviously I always give value to them too and help them out with things that they have going on that I can help with. But yeah, I just
like officiating their wedding. That's a big
like officiating their wedding.
See,
there you go.
See,
I'm always like the business person. Like, I'm always a sounding board to help them figure out how they can utilize their tools and how they can get paid for doing what they're good at.
So since I'm your sounding board now, what is the benefit there for me? The sounding board position that I didn't even apply for, by the way. There was no application filled out.
Things happen in mysterious ways. So
by the way, Paul, you're my sounding board now. That's it.
You should take it as a compliment, because that means that I appreciate your thoughts.
There we go. That's a good way to look at it. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate my thoughts. Seems like your screensaver does not appreciate
I know.
your thoughts, right?
But I'm scared to do it while we're doing the podcast. So I just keep trying to.
I think it's gonna be like
second.
It's gonna be a fun
live like this in so long.
Be a fun drinking game. Every time you guys see Katey's screen, just shut up. Just take a sip.
Oh my gosh! And then tag me and let me know how drunk you got.
Yeah, how many drinks you were in? I think I lost count. I think it's like 8 or 9 right now. So.
Oh my god!
I feel like it adds vibes.
It adds vibes. It creates a different energy.
Yeah, there we go. The color's good. We just need a different energy. It's funny because I have like a completely different, I guess, track for my thing than yours, because you said you want to be hands off on it. I'm just so, I guess, scared. Like, I did talk to everybody and I said, hey, the next logical move for me would be to get an editor. That everybody that's like making it on YouTube now, they're like, you don't have time. People that do it better than you, hire an editor. And I'm like, but it's my baby. It's like so hard to just say, okay, here you go, do your thing with it. And then you talk to some people and they have completely different like visions for your channel than you do, and you're like, that's not really what I want.
Or so they miss a funny part that you probably would have kept in.
Exactly, right? Because like, especially like if it's not a reseller that does the editing, it's gonna be so hard to say, actually, I want that part. I didn't pick it up. That's what I'm scared of. Like the holding the person's hand through it and how long it's going to take, and then if it's going to be even worth it at the end. So that's what I'm battling with right now.
And I will say it's easier for me to say this than to actually do it, because it did take my sister a while to be able to edit the videos in the way that I envisioned them.
Yeah.
And bless her heart, we went back and forth quite a bit, because there was some parts where I was like, can you kind of highlight that and make it funny? And she's like, how do you want me to make it funny? And I'm like, add audio, maybe make it black and white and add a little audio, or make it, you know, zoom in on my face, my facial expression, or, you know, stuff like that. And so we kind of, you know, had to go back and forth like that, and go through a couple videos, and then we found our flow. But we're also sisters, and we're already like close, and we talk a lot. And she went to a tech school for video editing, so it was just like a different situation than what I feel like if I were to reach out to a VA in, like, for example, the Philippines or wherever, where all these big YouTubers get their VAs from for $3 an hour or whatever.
That's what it seems like. Everybody that messages me on Instagram is from there.
Yeah. So, but I could see myself sourcing out like thumbnails, or, you know, just basic stuff that is really, really easy. Like, make me 10 thumbnails for these upcoming videos. Here's the title. Here's some pictures that you can use. I could see myself doing that, and then just focusing on like the video editing. Maybe having, you know, someone add special audio in certain spots or something. Like, really, it's just like, I feel like certain editing is really just about you're paying someone else to have the software to do it instead of you buying the software. And then on top of that, your time, like double cost.
For sure.
So I feel like you just kind of pay someone else for their time and their software usage. So
that's the big thing about it, is, like I said, like, I can get a lot of time back, because I talked to you about, like, my main videos take, like, the one I put out on Monday, that was a fast one because it was just 1 yard sale. So it was super quick because it was a big yard sale. It was easy just to put in 1-to-1 video. That was a fast one, and that took me 2.5 hours. That was a fast video. There's some videos that legit I started at 6 a.m. and ended like at 12 in the morning. It was somebody that took me like 18 hours to do. So, like, I understand that now on average it takes me about 2 to 5 for the main videos. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of time back if I hire somebody to do it for me. I understand it a lot, and it makes the most logical sense for me to do that step before hiring somebody to list or hiring somebody to do that, because people actually have to come to my house to do that. The editor I can just send the footage to, and they can do it from wherever they want. So I definitely understand the positives of it. It's just the fear is there. You know what I mean?
Like, for me, I also feel like I'm a little lazy with my videos, because for me, if I have 30 minutes of video that I need to shorten down to like 12, I'm doing all of this for my phone. I'm doing it through iMovie. I'm doing it all for my phone.
Oh, I didn't know. I know you did iMovie, but I didn't know you did it on your phone. Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing it all from my phone. I'm uploading to YouTube. And then what really takes me the longest is then from uploading from my phone onto YouTube, I get on the desktop and I add the cards, and I do this and I do that, and I make the title and the description and do all the, you know, miscellaneous stuff and schedule it. And then I save it all, and then I make the thumbnail. I upload the thumbnail from the Canva app onto YouTube. And that's kind of like my process. And start to finish, it's maybe an hour and a half. And that's for 30 minutes of video from start to finish, assuming no interruptions.
That includes the editing aspect of it? Okay, yeah. So mine is just the editing. I don't even count title and thumbnail as part of it, because that's a separate.
So I don't know if I just like chop my stuff up way too much, or I'm not putting. I will say editing slows down for me when I am adding in screenshots.
Yes.
And things like that. I noticed in your videos, you do like a green screen where you're talking during like a B-roll moment.
Yes.
I don't do all that fancy stuff with my videos. But then I look at like John Cincinnati Picker.
I like how you think that you think that's fancy.
Well,
you add a whole green screen aspect.
And Cincinnati Picker, his stuff is very straightforward. His videos are very straightforward. And, simple. You see the footage. He talks at the end. Sometimes you'll see screenshots. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I think for John is that he grew with that, so it's
yes, you're
if he
right.
starts changing it
Mhm.
all up now, I'd be like, whoa, like John becoming mainstream. We can't do
Right.
that. Same thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, same thing with Matt. Part-time pickers is also pretty straightforward the
Yes.
same way.
Mhm.
Even like Kevin, like I don't think Kevin changed much since he was doing things before this
Mhm.
now. So like those older school guys, they did that, and there wasn't that many channels to compete with, so they can just do basic, straightforward stuff and it would work. Right
Mhm.
now, I don't even know how many think there's channels out there. Thousands,
Oh, there's
probably
so many reselling
tens of
channels.
thousands, even. Like I can.
So many.
So you
So
gotta
many.
you gotta stand out some kind of way. So you feel like you just can't be standard anymore. So that's why I do the fancy green screen.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, he's got the green screen going on. All right, cool
I
guy."
remember when I first did that, I got somebody compliments like, "Whoa, you're the best editor ever," because I put a green screen in.
So do you
Uh,
just have like the green screen sheet and just record yourself and then add it in?
yeah, so I have the Elgato retractable green screen. It's actually in my bedroom, so it
Ah,
just comes
nice.
up and then just puts back down, and then
Nice.
yeah, I record myself on there, come back to the computer, edit that.
Mhm. And then
With
add
I
it into the photo
Yeah,
into the video?
if I had Filmora or anything like that, it could just legit be add green screen, put myself in the corner, and that's it. With
Yeah.
iMovie, because it's basic, I have to make a
Picture
green
in a make
background.
it a green screen, save the
Yes.
video, then do the video in the
Yep.
video. Yeah.
See, so you get it. And
Yeah.
then if I want to add the crazy part, if I want to add screenshots to it, I have to take that part, cut and paste it, make a new video,
Yeah.
turn that into a video, put that in, and then add the
But
screenshots on top of
hey, hey, you
it.
gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, so that's the problem with iMovie is that it's simple, super simple, but when you want to do advanced things, it's like a 12-step process.
Yes.
Where Filmora would be just like, oh, green screen, right there.
Right.
But I don't, like you said, I don't have time to first of all pay for an editing software and then learn a different one. I've been doing
Mhm.
iMovie since 2019, and it's something I know, so it just
Mhm.
doesn't make sense. But if I can get an editor that can use other ones and do good, guess we should start looking into that.
Yeah, my sister, when she was editing my videos, she used some Adobe something.
Premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Adobe one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did a great job and she was able to do a lot of fancy things in the video, but it was just always for us, like I said in the beginning, a hiccup of, you know, take this out.
Yeah.
I don't see this in there anymore. Did you take it out? Like, the back and forth, like, can you make this funny? Like, just the back and forth. And it took us a good couple months to finally get a flow. And once we
Yeah.
finally got a flow, it was fine. But
Yeah.
now that I have but that was when I first started. So I had no idea what it was like to edit my own videos. Once I got a taste of editing my own videos, it's not even like a control thing. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it.
No,
It's
yeah,
not a control thing. It's just like it's almost like it's my art and I know how I
that's what I'm
want to.
saying. It's like it's my baby. And so I did
Yeah.
that like especially, and then like I edit for my audience too. I edit for the bingo ladies that watch me. I don't want a new hip editor to come in and start
That's a
doing
good point
things for
too.
a younger audience and then just
Mhm.
completely change up all my videos. So
That's a good point too.
it's difficult. And I had some people who I talked to and we got prices and stuff, and it's not cheap, and then they still want me to do my own green screen because they can't do that. So I have to still record the green
Mhm.
screen part, and I still have to do all the screenshots too because they don't have
Info. Yeah.
the info
Mhm.
for it. So it's like, what am I actually what am I actually paying you to do if I have to do all the screenshots and all the green screen and the intro and the
It's
outro?
just time.
Yeah,
It's just you're
yeah,
just paying them for their time.
yeah. So here we go. Katie's gonna edit my videos from now on, guys. Is what we got.
No, absolutely not. Immediately no. Immediately no.
This could be the 12th Avenue stream where you
Oh
got money
god.
coming in, editing Philly Flipper
Hey,
videos.
$1,000 a video.
Oof, that's more than Riff charges, man.
That should scare you a little
I
bit. That should scare you away.
I thought Riff was expensive. You want 1,000? Dang. Well, I talked to Caleb Phoenix Resale at FlipCon, and he pays somebody $500 to edit his videos, and then pays somebody $300 to make a thumbnail for him. So every video, he's $800 in the hole on it. I'm like, sheesh. And he said sometimes, and I'm like, you pay $300 for a thumbnail? And he told me sometimes the thumbnail person takes longer to do the video than his editor does. That's how long that's how seriously they take thumbnails. so I was like, sheesh.
Well, I mean, they should at that price point, right?
Right?
Like you better be meditating on this thumbnail.
Like if you see some of his thumbnails, they're all piece by piece to make it look like a picture, but it's all like made from other pictures to put into one.
So it's just a ton of layering and
all that stuff that I'm like, I take a screenshot of the sale.
I mean, with Canva, I do have Canva Pro. I will say that because I do make content for other people. I have some people that I work for. Well, I mean, it's freelance, but whatever. And so I invested in Canva Pro, but Canva, I mean, if you learned all the bells and whistles, if I actually took time and learned all the bells and whistles and figured stuff out, I could do really similar, if not identical, to what some of the people do with Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator or whatever.
Yeah, all the aspects are there for sure.
Canva is really powerful. It's just learning all the bells and whistles and having the time to do all the different things and figure out what does what. It's a really in-depth program, though. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, like I said, the same thing as you. Like if I actually want to spend time and figure it out, I'm sure I could. I could do it, but then again, it's like, is that what my audience wants again? But like my people like just a regular screen grab of a yard sale and an arrow pointing somewhere and just saying wow or something, you know. If I had one where I thought like it was a sick thumbnail and it was a good concept, but it was completely different from anything else that I did, and the video flopped because it was just like it wasn't me. So it's like I had people comment and say, whoa, this is an awesome thumbnail, and then the video just did terrible. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore.
I hate conflicting feedback like that, but I know what you mean.
But like it's completely stands out from the other videos because it completely, I could try to find it. Is there a way I can screen grab it without click on the video?
I don't know.
We'll do it like this. While I do this, can you talk about your freelance work real quick? You said you will do work for some other people. Are you okay with sharing that?
I mean, it's very, very cherry picked and honestly just kind of fell in my lap. So there's it's a nonprofit and a counseling service that has multiple. They have about 3 different Facebook pages and Instagram accounts. So I help them pretty much create content for the pages. I help them schedule things, just keeping their account active in the community, upcoming events, upcoming things, ways to donate. And then the counseling service, just typical content stuff, patient openings, availabilities, just stuff like that.
So do you run their like social medias for them or
so I strictly do content. I don't reply to comments and I don't reply to messages because they felt that was more appropriate for an employee to do. So I strictly do content creation and scheduling based on whatever they want for that week. We do it kind of like week to week. And then they have a staff member that replies to comments and replies to any messages because they're always related to like logistical things or detailed questions about the business or the nonprofit. And I'm not the person for that. So it was agreed that my hourly rate would be based on strictly content. So I charge that. That's weekly.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And it's a max of 3 hours a week. Like it's not a crazy amount of time because I can do, filler content and content that they want. I can do that very quickly with Canva. So I do that. And then I just recently had another client reach out to me, and that is only 1 hour a week. And pretty much their needs was strictly content and not being super familiar with or comfortable, I should say, with technology and social media. They just don't know the bells and whistles of what you can do with Instagram. They barely kind of knew how to post certain things and post a link on an Instagram story. So it's just not something they have interest in. So the agreement again was just strictly content. Any comments or messages they can handle because they understand that side of it. It was just creating the content, scheduling it out, and then posting on stories, sporadically throughout the week. So
this is Kevin, Flipper.
No, it's not. It's not Kevin. Everybody's so mean to Kevin. Poor Kevin.
So I got it. So here's what usually might look like, right? Just the typical screen grabs, green words, red words, just typical stuff. So that's what people are used to seeing. And here's this one, which is completely. Hold on, if I do share the entire screen, how do I do it? How do I do this? Yeah, do that. You see? So it's like,
oh yeah,
it's like a very popular like Mr. Beast.
You almost look AI generated.
Well, thank you. That's a compliment, right? So like complete like stands out. Like, whoa, what is this thing, right? But it's like a very Mr. Beasty kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But did terrible.
I think it's a good thumbnail, but you've already set a branding like expectation. Like,
what did
so
that one? Yeah, that one got me. I guess it wasn't.
That's something I will say. I can't remember. One of the big YouTubers said it, and I can't remember who said it, but they said that what they learned through something that they went to is that people have to be able to tell right away that that's your thumbnail. And how people are going to be able to tell right away that that's your thumbnail is based on your font and the consistent color that you use every single time in your thumbnails. People are going to be able to tell it's my thumbnail all the time because of the consistent font and color. And I make a point to always put my face in the thumbnail.
I was going to say that's something about you.
That's like my signature thing. So it's like pick 2 to 3 things that are always in your thumbnail, because if you think about it, if people follow 15 different resellers and we all drop a video on the same day and they're just scrolling through thumbnails, who do they like the most, and how are they going to be able to tell right away that that's their thumbnail for their video?
No, I agree. That's why I do that same font, and it's always green if it's a positive. And then if it's like a drama, negative thing, the same font becomes red.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, and that's how I do it. I also don't want to do it because everybody else was doing yellow. Everybody was doing yellow font and all that, and I'm like, I was the same way. I was like, there's no way of sticking out of here. Just like everybody's doing yellow. So I did the highlight green. People told me in the beginning it was a bad idea because it's yard sales. There's a lot of green already. I'm already using green font on top of green, but I just stuck through it.
I use green as well, but like my logo
green as well. You're trying to be cool.
Like, well, my logo's always been green. I've always had green incorporated with my logo. Wow. It's the background of my
you got green everywhere.
New profile picture. All like everything with my branding is green in some way. So I was like, I'll just make my consistent color green. But I do agree with you. It's difficult because, especially if I'm using a screenshot from the sale and it's outside, it's like,
it's
like there's grass everywhere. How am I going to make this work?
we got to ask a question here, because how many pictures with this dress did you take right here? Huh? We got this.
So I took, I took 4. That one I think I've only used once, that photo. But I took like 3 or 4 photos, and I just keep recycling them every few videos.
I see that. 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's working now. 4.
Yeah, 3 different 5. Poses. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was recent.
Kind of recycling it. I'll bring some old ones out of me in that shirt and some other ones. I'll bring some old ones.
That's what Kevin does. You see Kevin, like when you see his picker videos and he puts himself in it, whenever he does, it's always the same pose. So like he hasn't done it in a while. Look at
oh yeah. His Ghostbusters shirt.
That one is a popular one. There's also one where he's like pointing or something. This right here. Yeah. Red shirt pointing.
Yeah, you're
There's the
right.
ghost. There's the
There's the
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters again.
There's the red shirt
And
pointing.
there's the red shirt. Yeah. Hey man,
See,
when you have some good photos to use, I mean, I try not to do it every single thumbnail,
especially
but
when you're Kevin and you can't really take a good picture anyway. So once you another red shirt pointing, there it is 1 year
I love
ago.
you, Kevin. This is not an endorsed message by Katey
Another
Reads.
red shirt
There's the
pointing
there
1
it
year
is
ago.
again.
I see another red shirt pointing
There it
1 year
is.
ago.
At least he's
See?
doing it every few videos. That's the key.
He's getting exposed over
Give
here.
him some time to forget the last video.
We'll see how. I guess he stopped pointing 2 years ago. He didn't point. But see, his is different though. You see, he has like yellow font here,
He
and
starts
then
getting consistent.
then he
here.
stopped. Now it's blue. Now it's only it gets more blue now than anything. That was a year ago. Now it's like I see green now. Now green, blue, yellow. Okay, so I guess he doesn't follow that rule at all. Kevin does. I see that they're just all over the place. There's the red shirt playing again.
He's been a little consistent with the font though.
Yeah, the font is mostly similar. Yeah, Thief. It's again blue, yellow, green. I'll pay double.
Wow, yeah, he's all over the place.
That's like that reminds me of Shad Juice. That's the Shad Juice font right there that cheated.
That reminds me of Goosebumps.
Well, that's clearly not a fan of Shad Juice like I am. If you think of Goosebumps, not Shad Juice YouTube channel. Yes, there we go. Shout out to Kevin who just steals your ideas.
Shout out Kevin. Love you, Kev.
Kevin's not going to be watching this, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's all right.
I was listening to Trash to Cash on the way home from the airport today, and they mentioned like every other reseller podcast but mine. I was like low-key hurt. They were like,
I don't think I finished it entirely. What were they talking about? They were talking about Chris's daily refinement and his Patreon.
Yeah, that. And then they said the clickbait podcast is no more. Then they said, well, there's also Let's Do Lunch. There's also Triple Thrift. There's also
I didn't finish it. I didn't get that far in.
And then I'm like, what about the Phlip Side? Hey, shout out to Phlip Side. Nope. No.
Okay, they didn't mention me either, and I'm dissolving that podcast.
Hey, yeah, you guys, low key, if you guys are not aware, Katey Reads podcast. It's the number one podcast for anybody named Katey Reads.
Probably won't be existing anymore. I'm probably going to do something else with that channel.
Are you taking it down? You taking it down?
Yeah, because I just don't have the time to commit to it. And with a podcast, I mean, you know how it is. You want to consistently be putting out, information and videos. So definitely go follow my co-host though, guys. Ashley Hortons Haven. She has just started up her YouTube. And
did you delete a bunch of videos today?
They're probably unlisted. I didn't delete.
They're probably unlisted. There's only 2 now. So
yeah. The author interviews are probably unlisted. Because the other 2, Ashley is going to be taking over. I'm giving her those to put onto her channel.
Okay, cool.
So definitely give her a follow. Ashley's going to be taking those over. Hortons Haven. She's also on Whatnot. And her and I collab a lot with Whatnot book shows and things like that. So definitely give her a follow. And she's going to be dropping a lot more content too. Book related, book selling, all that type of thing. Because she's like me. She sells on eBay and whatnot. So
look, it's a good channel. It's on my home screen, Katey. Like on the home screen of my main YouTube.
Look at that. Look at that. And there's Ashley with her cute little self. Look at us in our bookshelf background.
Yeah. It's like you guys are fake reseller book people. Yeah. I have nothing else reseller related, by the way. You see how much reseller content I consume according to my recommended.
When you go to my homepage on YouTube, it's nothing but Teletubbies, Blue's Clues, Miss Rachel. You can tell that the baby takes over my phone a lot.
We finally got a day video. It's the first reseller thing is a day video. And then Mr. Beast, Ukraine updates, WWE, Borat, nothing reseller related. You know Nancy? I got Nancy on my homepage.
Oh yeah.
They sell her stuff house. She's great. Yeah. She used to be my neighbor.
Oh really?
Back in the day. Yeah, I held a bunch of stuff in my warehouse when she was remodeling her house and stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she knows ephemera. Think about ephemera. That
Yeah.
girl, that Nancy knows her stuff. All right. So we're coming to the end of this thing, and I know you haven't watched this before, so you don't know what's going to happen right here.
Oh God.
You're gonna have to. We have a segment here where I make you rank a thing on a scale of 1 to 5, but you don't know what comes next. So like you get a category, and I'm giving you things from the category. You have to rank them 1 to 5 if I know then what comes next. I have 2 choices for you. Okay, you have to choose. You can either do
So
horror
you're
movie.
making me rank without knowing all the things to rank. Is that
Yeah,
it?
I'm
Okay.
giving you 5. So for example, let's say I was doing, I don't know, like Thanksgiving dishes, and I'll give you like turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, or whatever. You have to rank it 1 to 5, but you don't know what comes after turkey or whatever.
Mm.
So your 2 categories are horror movies or Disney movies. Which ones do you want?
I'll do Disney movies. We'll do
Oh, shocker!
We'll do
I'm
something.
actually
Yes, I was gonna say horror, but we've talked about that a lot already. So
okay.
we'll do Disney.
All right, so I'm giving you 5 random Disney movies. You have to rank
Okay.
them 1 to 5. You don't know what comes next. Got it?
Okay. All right.
All right. So we'll do just Disney. We won't do Pixar or anything like that. We'll just do Disney. So just classic Disney. Okay.
I'm ready.
Dumbo.
5.
Whoa. Katey Reads hates elephants. Tell us why you hate elephants so much.
I don't hate elephants. I don't hate. There's just a lot of like super like I don't know how to say it. There's a lot of stereotypical things that could be considered rude, and maybe why things like with the Dr. Seuss no longer publishing certain books. Like there's a lot of racial stereotypical things. And like circus in general, like a lot of animals were hurt back then in the circus times. So just stuff like that. But not getting all like deep and dive with it. I just never really got into the movie.
Didn't like the storyline. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back a little deep dive. You said back then the animals were hurt. Is it different now, or is it still the same?
I think it's a little bit different now because it's a lot more heavily regulated and it's not as popular anymore. But way back when, I actually listened to this podcast called Lore, and he has Aaron Mahnke is the host of it, and he's kind of like, you know how Kevin has 8 million YouTube channels. Aaron has 8 million different podcasts because he has like this umbrella of podcast publishing business. So like he's got so many different branches. And so he does different series. And one of the series was a circus. And it was very educational. And he talked about a lot of the abuse that African Americans, that Native Americans, people with disabilities, animals, like a lot of things that happened way back when in the circus, when it was really popular in like the 1800s and early 1900s. And then he talked a lot about how many people, you know, that were part of the freak shows would die or get in accidents, you know, traveling with all these animals, even after death, people were put on display. So just like a lot of stuff like that I know now.
Wait, what? After they died, they were still like showcasing them?
They would be put on display sometimes.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So like it was a really educational podcast. So like I already kind of knew like the kind of stuff about Dumbo and like the very stereotypical inappropriate racial undertones. But then like hearing that podcast, I was like, wow, yeah, that is really, that it just makes Dumbo look even worse. Like that movie is pretty messed up. But it's just like at the end of the day, even before knowing all that in adulthood, as a kid, I never got into the storyline. So
is it the podcast called Circus Stories? Is that what it was? Or I'm trying to find it.
Oh no, it's Lore. Hold on, I'll find it really quick. It's a really, really great series, but I'm not listening to it right now because it's about like cowboys in the West, and I don't have any interest in that. But Lore podcast, and then what's his other? Oh, Grim and Mild. Yeah, Grim and Mild is like his production company. So Grim and Mild is the Grim and like the and sign Mild. GRIM and Mild presents.
Yep.
And that's the one that has like different series.
They're on Spotify. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Lore is his main one that he's had for like 5 years.
Yeah. There's like Lore. It's on Lore 234 right now.
Yeah, and the Lore podcast is just really cool because he talks about folklore and just if you like history and like spooky stuff and dark side of history, or if you're really, he has some just like really educational stuff. The guy's just, he produces amazing content. He's like nonstop. He probably never sleeps. I don't know how he is in as many things. So
he's like you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He's like Katey freaking Reads. All right, so Dumbo's 5. Katey hates elephants.
Yeah.
All right, next one. The reason why this whole thing was even inspired today. The Jungle Book.
Oh yeah, because of TJ's video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I would put that in a 3.
Okay, solid 3.
I put Jungle Book in a 3. Yeah.
By the way, TJ, talking about a talented human being.
How is that video not viral?
Moly.
Like
right?
he's so good at making
how is everything he does not go viral? I just don't know.
Literally, his TikTok, like he is so funny. He gives out really good quality stuff. I don't know how
even something as like simple as like a soothing voice. He has a really good like voice
that does Southern accent. Yeah. Right.
No, I love TJ. He's awesome.
Yeah, he does not get enough attention for the stuff that he puts out. No, it's amazing.
So me and Ray had this draft show every Monday where we draft different categories, and we had TJ a couple times be a guest, and he was so good that we brought him as a third guy because he was that good. So he's been part of us for about the last like 8 months. But
awesome.
He's been a permanent guest. Yeah, he's awesome. If you guys haven't seen that, go to TJ's Instagram, watch TJ bought a book from Katey, made a whole like.
Which I wasn't even expecting. I didn't know, know that he was going to do that. So it was a really fun surprise for him to make that. Well, I mean, it was a great video anyways, but then to make that like kind of a shout out nod to me, like that was really nice.
And that was in the very beginning. You get the shout out right away.
Yeah. Right.
So that's good. All right, Jungle Book 3, Dumbo 5, Little Mermaid.
Dang it, I don't know what's gonna come next.
Well, that's the point of the game. You have 1, 2, and 4 available.
Little Mermaid was my jam, man, and you know I loved the Sea Witch. You know I loved Ursula.
Ursula was low key, really good villain. Really good.
Yes. Villain. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put it at 2. Dangerous. I'm gonna live dangerous. I'm gonna put it at 2.
Okay, 2.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, so was it because Ursula? What made the movie good for you?
Yeah,
I think I liked it because of
my favorites as a kid. It was one of my favorites. I watched that a lot.
Like Sebastian's a very underrated side character. That crab is awesome, man. Shout out to Sebastian if you're watching.
Shout out to Sebastian.
All right, Aladdin.
Oh, I can't put Aladdin at 4. I got to put it at number 1.
You can't put Aladdin at 4.
I can't put Aladdin at 4.
Yeah, I was say you better not put Aladdin at 4.
Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like one of my first animated crushes was Aladdin. Like,
oh really? Jasmine was one of my first animated crushes too.
Yeah, like that. Man. And I mean the music, Robin Williams. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, that's. I've seen it on Broadway in New York too, and I'm not a really big Broadway fan. A girl there at that time wanted me to go with her, and I was like, "Sure, we'll go." It was awesome. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Aladdin.
Yeah. All right, so you got 4 left. You ready? Mulan is 4.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
You're like, who cares? Who cares about Mulan?
I probably, Mulan and Dumbo could probably both be 5, but yeah.
Wow.
And it's no shade to like Mulan. I just never got into it. I didn't get into the story. Like,
I took it easy on you. I could have put like Lion King next, and
you could have, and I would have hurt you because
that would have been really messed up.
Gosh, Lion King would have come before Little Mermaid.
I couldn't just give you like 5 bangers and like that, so I have to try to mix it up a little bit.
I think my like top are Pocahontas and Aladdin. Those 2 are
okay.
2, I was literally like, my grandma handmade me a Pocahontas dress. I wore it like every single day until my mom forced me so she could wash it to wear something else. Like Pocahontas and Aladdin nonstop 24/7. Those VHS cassette tapes were so beat up. That was my jam. Pocahontas and Aladdin.
Because I don't think. So we have a confession to make here. So when we talk about these Monday night drafts where we draft different categories and stuff, we did Disney movies. And they were so big that we did Disney movies twice. We had 2 different drafts for Disney movies, the same people. So it was me, TJ, and Ray are the constant 3. And our guest for this time was Lisette, Betty Boop, and Jen's Multiverse. So each person got 5 picks. It was like a draft form. So 50 movies were taken, and Pocahontas wasn't taken. How does that make you feel?
At all?
At all. I'm just looking at it now. Nobody took Pocahontas.
That is so sad.
Yeah, I had to make sure. I was like, I don't think we took it.
I mean, the movie now gets some hate, kind of like how Dumbo does. The movie now gets some hate of, it's cultural appropriation and it's not real. And Pocahontas' story, was totally whitewashed and dumbed down for the Disney movie. And I get all of that. But in 1995... little Katey,
6-year-old Katey, loved that movie
in every way, shape, and form.
There you go.
I was Pocahontas and I was Jasmine every single day. Like I absolutely loved them. And then later on, The Hunchback of Notre Dame came out, and I loved Esmeralda. I had an Esmeralda dress. I did her dancing and all that stuff.
I don't think that one was taken either.
Oh my God, you guys are evil.
It was last pick of the draft of second draft. So the last 50th pick was Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
and now in my 30s, this is technically Pixar, but now in my 30s, my next one is Coco and Encanto, because finally we have some Latino representation that we didn't have when I was little.
Coco and Encanto were taken both in the first draft. So
yeah,
I'll read you off these.
But if we're talking like before Y2K, those 3 were my
those 3. Okay, dang. So this is the first draft. This is Team A. First overall pick, she took, or I want to say who. This person took The Lion King, first overall. Out of all the movies.
It is a good one, yeah.
And then it's a draft, so when you take 1, you have to wait for 5, and it's like a snake draft. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't go sports. I don't.
Yeah, so pretty much what happens is when you pick first, then second guy picks, third guy picks, fourth guy picks, fifth guy picks 5th and 6th. So it's a competitive. So it's competitive. So it doesn't just go back to 1. So she had to wait all the way till 10 to pick again. And she picked Fantasia, and then The Jungle Book.
Yeah, Jungle Book is good. Lion King and Jungle Book are probably like a good... Lion King, Jungle Book, and Little Mermaid were probably like a good second for me.
And then the 4th round, she took Dumbo, which you already showed how much you hate Dumbo.
Yeah, I just didn't like the storyline as a kid. I never got into it.
5th round, Peter Pan. That's her team.
Oh.
So Lion King, Fantasia, Jungle Book, Dumbo, Peter Pan. Right. Team 2 had Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So you're a big fan already. Tangled. Frozen.
Frozen. I mean, Izzy loved Frozen, so I was forced to like Frozen. So it's a good story, though. It is good. It is a good story.
Encanto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Bambi. That was this person's team.
I never
No,
really liked
not
Bambi
Bambi
that
is
much.
over. Team 3 had Aladdin,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Finding Nemo,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, that's a good one
Oh,
too.
so you like Team 3 so far, right? Team 3's
Yeah,
cover. Just
Monsters
wait.
Inc. is a good
It
one.
will get ruined. Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, okay. And then Georgia
Yeah, a lot of these I
the
got into because they came out so much later in life, you know.
I was Team 3. So this
Were
makes
you?
me feel
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove is good.
And then I took Georgia the Jungle. And people hated me for it.
Oh yeah, Brendan Fraser, the live
Yeah.
action George of the
Come
Jungle. Yeah.
like that was such a good
Yeah.
movie.
And the only reason I like George of the Jungle, this may like make my mom sound bad, but she let me see Encino Man. Is that what that's called? Encino
I
Man?
don't know what that is.
Yeah, Encino Man, the movie where he's like frozen and they find him in ice and he's like a caveman and they have to like teach him.
That is a real movie. Holy
Yeah, Encino Man. Yeah, and so George of the Jungle reminded me of Encino Man, and that's why I liked it so much. That's my two. Well, The Mummy is one of my favorites too,
Brendan
but
Fraser
Brendan
was in it
Fraser
too.
does
Brendan
so
Fraser
good.
wasn't Encino Man. Okay,
Yeah,
where is this available? I want to.
it's so good.
I gotta watch it. It looks pretty
It's
funny.
a really
From the
good
trailer.
movie. If you like the movie, what's the Dome movie?
Dumb and Dumber.
No, Dome. They're like in a
Dome.
They get stuck in an environmental dome.
The Truman Show.
No. What's the guy's name that's in Encino Man? Not Brendan.
Brendan Fraser. Pauly Shore.
Yeah, Pauly Shore. He's in a movie about a dome.
Biodome.
Yeah, Biodome. If you like Encino Man, you'll like Biodome.
So gotta add that to my list too. Then I haven't never
Those
seen
are
Biodome.
good, and that's courtesy of Mama Katey Reads.
There we go, Mama Katey Reads. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
shout out
watch
to my mom.
Man.
My mom knew all the good movies. My mom and I have very similar taste.
Well, if your mom like George of the Jungle, she's A+ in my book. Because I got
I don't
so
know
much
if you like George of the Jungle. We did as kids, but
I got so much hate for that pick.
Encino Man was like an adult version of George of the Jungle, and I just kind of liked it.
So. No, because George of the Jungle was just I just put it on and just laugh. Even now, I laugh.
Yeah,
so
it's a cute one.
It's stupid funny. Yeah, but I got so much hate for it. They're like, out of all these movies, you think George of the Jungle? I'm like, I like George of the Jungle. So
I'm surprised no one said Tarzan because a lot of people liked Tarzan when it came out.
Yeah, Tarzan was, I think. Wait, nobody picked Tarzan at all. No one out of the 50 picks, no Tarzan. You believe it? Yeah. Team D
and nobody said Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that's coming. Beauty and the Beast is on the first one.
Okay.
Don't we're not
what
that
about
terrible.
Lady and the Tramp or
no
The Aristocrats?
No.
Izzy loved The Aristocrats, and I never watched that movie as a kid, but Izzy randomly watched it at daycare one day and then got obsessed with it. It's a really cute movie.
I liked Oliver and Company, a low-key underrated
Yeah,
Disney
that's
movie.
a good one.
That one good
Fox
one.
and the Hound, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Sword and the Stone I never watched. Even as an adult, I've never seen it.
Oh no, Lady and the Tramp got taken. Lady and the Tramp got taken.
Okay.
And the second draft. Second draft, we went all crazy. Like Sister Act was taking the second draft. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Hocus Pocus. Roger Rabbit's good though. That's a good one.
I took Cool Runnings in the second draft.
These are Disney movies?
Yeah.
When I think Disney, I always think of animated. I forget about the live action ones.
Yeah, that's why I have to do another one. Like, remember the Titans was taken. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like all these were in there.
Yeah. Oh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's a good one.
Yeah, see, and now you got all these memories now. That's why we do these drafts. A lot of them are like very nostalgic and like, oh wow, you unlocked the memory I forgot about for like so long. Yeah. So, but I lost to D in the first draft. D was Lisette, and Lisette had Mary Poppins.
Oh,
so shout out to Dad. The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah, The Incredibles. That was okay.
Cars.
Oh, Cars was good, and I don't even like NASCAR, and that was a good one.
This one I've never heard of. Soul. Is that a new one?
Oh, Soul. Yeah, that's a good one too. It's more recent.
Yeah, I've never seen it. And then she did a live action Freaky Friday at the end. Shout
Mm,
out to Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, I
She's in
know.
Freaky
My
Friday. So,
homegirl Jamie Lee, but I never got into it.
and then Ray was he had Toy Story, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Coco, and
Hmm.
a Goofy movie. So Ray had some strong picks too. But
Yeah, he had some strong ones.
I'm sure you would like probably Toy Story, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, because you hate Mulan though. So I guess that wasn't
Toy
you
Story is
hate.
good. That wasn't that like one of the first Pixar
That was the first Pixar.
films?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen Pixar miss yet. It seems like every Pixar Disney movie has been really good. I don't know how
Right?
they do it. What's in that water? But they've
I
done
mean,
it.
it's like the crazy technology. And when Toy Story came out, everybody was like,
What
"Oh
is
my
this?
God." Like it changed film. It changed
Yeah.
animated film.
Yep. And there's like been like 5 of them, and they're all been good.
Yeah.
So that's the
The last
one.
one I cried like a baby. It was so good.
I cried.
did.
I cried during the thing that was 3 with Lotso. Lotso made me cry. Freaking Lotso, man. That
Mhm.
stupid huggable bear.
I
Hate him.
know.
Anyways, that was blindly ranked 5. Thank you for playing. I think you did okay. Good job.
I think I did good too. I got
Uh,
lucky. I got lucky with that
yeah,
Mulan. I
yeah.
got lucky with
I
that
should
one.
have hit you with the liking at the end and just made you just say, "Why do you hate Simba so much?"
Mhm. I got lucky.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
All right. So before we end here, just give a little chance to promote yourself. Tell people where they can find you, and just again what what they will find when they find you. Does that make sense?
Books. You'll find books. You'll find books. So I'm on TikTok as Katey Reads, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook now. Oops, Katey Reads has a
That hasn't happened in a while. So I don't know if you kept your hand on the
I've been
mouse or
moving the
whatever.
mouse and then I forgot. I got distracted. I've been moving the mouse.
I'm like, it's been a while since
So
that thing went
Facebook
dark.
now. You can find me on Whatnot. Pango Books. If you like Pango Books, go check me out on there. Follow me on that app. The cool thing about Pango Books is it's connected to Goodreads as well. So like you can leave reviews on certain
Oh,
books and stuff like that. So
nice.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So go check me out on there. Where else? Etsy. It's Katey Reads on Etsy. And then pretty much if you go to my Instagram and click on the link tree, you will see everything Katey Reads.
There we go.
You'll see my YouTube channel. You'll see Izzy's YouTube channel.
Izzy has a YouTube channel? I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
Izzy episodes. She doesn't post a lot of content. We're trying to work on that. And she just posted her first TikTok video. I mean, she's 14 now, so it's like, time to let her be a teenager a little bit. And then Izzy has an Instagram as well.
Izzy's YouTube.
Izzy
Wow, that's
episodes.
cool.
Yep. So
This is
I
like the
monitor
most
all of those
in-depth,
things,
like,
obviously, but yeah, we're trying to let her kind of figure out. She likes drawing, so she'll probably have a lot of drawing content. Post pictures of her characters that she makes, different drawings,
who does her
lifestyle.
thumbnails? Do you do her thumbnails?
Mhm.
They're legit.
Yeah, they're
pretty
fun.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I think the most recent one was the Barbie movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Barbie
fun.
movie thoughts. There we
Yep.
go. That's
So I
dope.
think the next one we're gonna do for her channel is I'm gonna have her rank some of, or not rank, but rate some of the YouTube Jason Voorhees fan films that she's watched
Oh,
and kind of talk about
That's
those.
cool. Yeah.
So right now it's just like a lifestyle random channel. She doesn't have a theme yet. I want her to kind of figure out what she likes doing. But her Instagram is a lot of her drawings, and her TikTok is also just kind of random. We just posted the first video, but so yeah, it's what she kind of has liked and gotten into a little bit. So just trying to encourage it because maybe by the time she's 18, she'll be monetized and have enough stuff going on that she could run with it however she wanted to.
And start paying your bills. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And she'll have a job straight out of high school, YouTuber. There you go.
You have one of the most in-depth like link trees that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I
I think got like
recently reorganized
75
it, and
things on there, man.
I'm gonna reorganize it again. Because I'm gonna be doing just like I said, total rebranding of like more of a horror, spooky Halloween, that type of thing. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of rebranding, because once I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can add my link tree to my bio. So, and go live.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I need like
Okay.
100 more followers, and I'll
Well,
be
there we
there.
go. There should be at least 100 people watching.
There you
So
go.
go follow.
Follow me on TikTok for the tick and the talk.
Get. What the hell was that?
I'm tired.
Go follow her on the TikTok for a tick and the talk, guys. Okay?
It's been a long day. I drove 10 hours. I'm tired.
If you're still here at the 2-hour mark, make sure you type in tick and the talk in the comment
And the
section.
talk.
So we know that you made it to this point. All right, Katie, thank you so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you.